we are going to talk about your questions and my answers all about annual plannings. And so today I got some really good questions. So I am super excited to dive in here. Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. So our first question came from Lisa. She said, for the annual plan, I've got my 3 goals for the year and my quarter 1 and quarter 2 focus. And now I feel stumped as what to do for quarter 3 and 4. They seem so far off and I'm not sure what to put there. Can you give me some advice on how to figure this out? So her 3 big goals, and we kind of talked about this on her laser coaching session. Her goals are create a community, create a product to sell and sell it, and help 1 person per day. So I loved her goals. And I do want to make it very clear about this whole thing. I don't really think there's a wrong way to do it. I don't think there's like right goals and wrong goals. And there are some ways to write your goals. When I give feedback, please don't take that feedback as like, you should do it this way, because each person's plan and each person's goals should be unique to that person as well. And so for me, I've done this for 3 years and I'll give you some like tips and pointers, but I'm not going to like tell you what you should and shouldn't do on yours, because it's just personal. It's very personal to the brand that you want to create. First of all, Lisa, I love your goals. I love the helping 1 person per day thing. So I would change it to helping 365 people in the next year, because that gives you kind of like that benchmark of where you're headed. And so you can kind of see, you can start tracking that, even if it's like putting a whiteboard up and you start like, okay, I helped 1 person a day, or a calendar, like each day, check your calendar, like make a check mark in your calendar when you get a thank you, or you helped 1 person, or you talk to 1 person. And some days you might help 5, or maybe in your beginning, it'll be harder to do 1 a day, but at least you have that like goal. So that's the only thing I would change about this year's goals. So you also said something about it being messy. So she also said, I'm attaching what I have so far in my planner. Please don't judge all the whiteout and messiness. It can be messy because I use a new one every 90 days, right? Yes, it can be very messy. And this is why I sometimes like doing the digital one just to get my ideas out, but do not worry about it being messy, because writing it down is a great way for you just to get your ideas down on paper. So I created you, Lisa, a digital one, kind of like how I would take what you have, and kind of like how I would think about this for the whole year. And so Lisa's just starting her business, very similar to I think where a lot of you guys are. And so her goals, create a community. I love that her goal is to create a product and sell it. She's not quite sure what her product is going to be yet, but over this next year, that's plenty of time to figure it out. And then I love saying you're going to help 365 women feel more confident this year. So you got a whole year to do it. I think that's what you want to say, Lisa, but I don't know what the result is that you want to help people with, because she helps them with fashion and figure out what to wear to work and how to feel better about themselves. So you have to figure out what your measurable is. I loved when I said, I want to help 2,000 women launch their dream careers and businesses by 2018. And I created that one in 2016. So it like really helped me focus. Now, my big like 10-year goal, I think it's to help 1 million women each year find career fulfillment. So I've now changed it because 2018 came and went. And I'm like, I don't want to create goals anymore that are like year-based. I want to create or like by a certain year, because then I pass that year and then I'm like, what am I going to do the next year? So now my goal is like on an annual basis, I want to help this many people. So yours could be help 365 women each year feel more confident. So that gives you some ideas. So those are your top 3. And I usually just make them short and sweet. You have more room if you type. I know there's not that much room on the planner, but it's kind of designed that way because the goal really isn't to have there be that much stuff. Like the whole goal is to help you focus and simplify your plan, because there's a million things that we could do all year long. And so the whole goal of this is just to help you like focus. And that's why I say quarter one focus, quarter two focus, like help you just focus on the most important things that are going to help you do these three goals. So as you're going through quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, you're looking at these three goals now. And you're seeing, okay, what do I need to do over this entire next year to complete those three goals? And so I like to make each quarter have some sort of focus. So I would start by so this whole year, you're going through setup. So I would start with setup. Quarter two, I would start your big focus is all about beta, just getting a beta test up. And then quarter three, that's when I would move into a launch, you have beta test, you have a product, you have people who've tested it and provided testimonials. And so quarter three, then that's when I would actually start and launch your product. And then quarter four, I would have focused on helping those people who bought that product make as much progress and fulfill everything that they need. Overdo it. It's kind of like this course, prize them. Hopefully, you guys were surprised by 3 laser coaching sessions that I did not advertise. So for me, that quarter is all about going above and beyond and exceeding expectations and making sure they make progress and diving in and helping them and supporting them. And then doing case studies and featuring them on interviews and hearing their stories so that your business can rely less on you and your story, but you can start featuring your members or your client stories or the people that you're helping that are using your product. So that's where I would put quarter four focus. And then I would also plan a relaunch to try and sell more product in quarter four too. So my goal is always to have some sort of launch every quarter, especially when you're just getting started, because then it's not always open, but there's every quarter maybe you're launching something different, but there's just that focus every quarter of something else that you might be launching. So that's how I would break out your goals, Lisa. I hope that helped to kind of see it visually. For Q1, for setup, I wrote create email list in your lead magnet because so I kind of changed yours up a little bit because you had collect emails and set up website, daily interactions, and set up and follow social media calendar and plan. So those are great. Oh, I don't mean that you have to do any more whiteout, Lisa. Keep it as is. I don't want you don't have to use any more whiteout. But see, it can be messy. It's all good. But this is just how I would do it. So create email list in your lead magnet. I would put those together because you had them separated. So you had in the second quarter, you had create lead magnet. But to me, email and lead magnet go hand in hand. That's how you're going to start collecting emails is through a lead magnet. So I would put those together, and I would also put those with website too, because all of those relate together. If you have someone do your website, you do not want to have them do your website without adding that email list option as well. So to me, all those go together. And then because you want to help one person each day and help 365 women, you need to start posting daily, and that's what's going to start building that community. So I would get clear here what your social media platform is going to be and where you're going to start creating that consistent content. And then for quarter two, for the beta time then, so now you've started to build your community, you started to build your email list and your lead magnet. I forgot to put website, but to me, that's in there too. So it's kind of Q1 is really just foundational. It's get the basics set up. And then quarter two then is about beta testing. And quarter two is all about getting potential clients and doing market research and having people use your product. It's very similar. I mean, I wouldn't call this a beta test, but this is the first time I'm running this course. And so, by the questions you're asking, Lisa and Batul, you guys both asked questions today. That's going to help me now when I relaunch the course. I'm going to use those questions and put them into the content somewhere. There's things that I was teaching and I missed something. So there was still questions. And so that's going to help me keep creating better products by doing some sort of beta test. Obviously, I've had my business for 9 years. So to me, and I've had this planner for years. So this is less of a beta test than the kind of beta test you're probably going to do to just start your business. So for you, you might provide a discount for it. You might provide, You might even do free. Like my first client was completely free. She was my best friend, and I got all my systems figured out because of her. And so you just have to start somewhere with that first person, helping them, and then asking for a testimonial as well, or interviewing them. And then your Q3 focus, that's where you'll use all the information we have in corporate recipe plan to plan out your launch, to open cart, to sell it. You're going to seed it. You're going all through quarter one and quarter two. You're going to seed what you're about to sell. You're going to let people know something exciting is coming. Exactly what I've been doing about the membership sites. If you guys have been watching, I'm saying, and now I think I had a meeting this morning. I think we have a month now. I can say, like, coming in September, we're going to have a brand new membership site experience, and it's going to be amazing. And like, it gets you guys excited, right? Like, aren't you excited? It's going to be a rebranded site. I have new logos. I have new colors. Like, it's going to look incredible, like better than ever. Like, doesn't that excite you? Like, so that's the power of like seeding. And then, so then you'll open cart, you'll actually launch it quarter four. That's when the fulfillment's actually delivering the course. That's what we're doing here, delivering it, helping your clients make progress, and then relaunching as well. Because now that you launched it once in quarter three, you can use the exact same marketing content, exact same everything that you use to launch in quarter three. And you might want to figure out how you want to launch. That's like a whole nother discussion that we can talk about. That might be more of like a corporate recipe plan conversation about creating your launch plan. But right now it's that higher level thing that you're going to focus on every quarter. So hopefully that's helpful. To me, that's so helpful to like see it on paper. So thank you for submitting yours. Okay, so let's move on. And then SMART goals, I want to just throw this in there as well, because I don't always follow this, but it is good to kind of realize that there are actual ways to create goals that are SMART. And that means that SMART goals, they're an acronym. And so it means that your goals should be specific. M stands for measurable.